Hi Pisces, how are we? I'm just doing a reading today looking at your person. So whether this is somebody that you are already with or want to be with, you'll know who the person in mind is. Um, but wanting to sort of split this into two sections today. So first we're going to be looking at what's going on in the 5D. So, from that love side of things, the love space, the love energy, heart and soul, that kind of vibe. And then we'll be moving over into, the more reality, physical world based part of the connection as well. So for the love energy based side, the 5D there, we are going to be using the green glyphs lenormand cards there. I do also have the love oracle, the island time wellness, and then for the other section we will be using the lenormand of Japan deck, as well as the shapeshifter oracle there as well. So firstly I'll just go through and focusing on that love energy, Pisces, your person and their love energy towards Pisces, please. So we're going to be looking at their thoughts, feelings and intentions towards Pisces. And then we are also going to grab that oracle for you for that section. Okay, so their thoughts towards you, Pisces, they are thinking with a little bit of tension. We've got the whip coming on through there. So they're thinking that they're sort of, it actually feels less like tension or trouble, more like that punishment side of things with the whip coming through there. It does feel like they're thinking that they're in the doghouse, so to speak. They're thinking that they're suffering some sort of punishment at the moment when it does come to the connection between you guys. Whether or not that is the case, you guys are going to know whether you are, if they are currently in that sort of energy with you, and this connection is are they in trouble for something with you, but it is really kind of giving that energy that they are feeling like they're their thoughts, obviously. This card is focusing on their thoughts, so they are thinking with that more tension based sort of mindset that things are a little bit tenuous at the moment there. And now with their feelings, we're seeing the clouds, so that kind of leads me to believe that the clouds is a very thoughts based card there. So that's leading me to sort of think that they're just so stuck on this thought of tension that their feelings, that they can't even think with their feelings at the moment. Their feelings are just too wrapped up in their thoughts, so they are feeling a bit tense at the moment. Things are feeling a little bit tense between the two of you, and they are really trying to find that balance with these thoughts, and balance it out with how they're feeling, but like I said, feeling like they are quite stuck more so in the thought side of things at the moment with this tension going on for them. Their emotional side doesn't really seem to be coming on through very strongly. It is really sort of these thoughts taking over the emotions at the moment, their Pisces, with your person. But what we are seeing is for their intentions, we do have the Star card. So the Star card really does talk about wish fulfillment and the wishes and their desires. So we're sort of seeing that their intentions are to have some wishes coming true when it comes to the connection. They are probably looking at what I wish from this connection rather than what is currently sort of going on. So they are sort of in that energy where they are sort of trying to find the light in the darkness at the moment. It does sort of feel like you may be that light in their darkness, but it is feeling like the stars is a very positive card to be coming through when it comes to you know, the heart-based energies. It is a very positive card to have as their intentions. So, you know, quite a lot of hope for the situation, and they are intending to, you know, fix whatever this trouble is. You know, so whatever that means for you guys, that's going to be different for everybody, but it does feel like your person is just feeling a bit of tension within the connection at the moment. And then with the oracle card there, we do have ascending. So I feel like that does sort of link in quite well with that. You can kind of see a bit of a theme there. You know, the thoughts are, you know, that cloud layer, and then higher above those is those wishes and desires, and we are trying to ascend to the higher levels within the connection. You know, so we are trying to get to the tippy top, you know, and get things back to a more positive aspect. So it does say transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, and preparing for union. So yeah, they might just be in a bit of a thought-based tension. This, in if you're not actually in a relationship as such with this person, and that one does say preparing for union there, maybe that's what this tension is. It's like, they're just overthinking, how do I approach Pisces and get to this wish of mine? Like, what do I do? How do I get there? So they are sort of wanting to ascend and transcend any tension or obstacles, and really get out of that negative sort of energy and into that wish fulfillment energy. You know, it does really feel like you are their wish, Pisces, with the feeling of that one there. So, you know, I will come back and do some advice for you directly, Pisces, but first we're just sort of wanting to focus on your person's energy. So we'll swap decks there, and we'll look at the more physical side of things as well. So here we're going to be looking at, you know, the more reality of the situation, as well as any potential actions headed your way. So Pisces and their person, the physical world, the reality of the connection, please. And any actions headed towards Pisces from their person, please. Okay, so for the physical reality of the situation at the moment, we are seeing things being stirred up toward a relationship. And it can also be talking about, you know, stirring up cycles that you guys have repeated together even, you know, but it really is talking about stirring up and bringing in that new element. The stork really does have that new beginning type element there with that. So I feel that that actually is linking quite well with the, you know, the more 5D of the situation. They are sort of really looking at stirring all this up and bringing that relationship to sort of like a new beginning. So whether it is a fresh beginning, a fresh relationship that hasn't actually even begun yet, or whether that is, you know, stirring up those new elements and ascending to that stronger connection within the relationship there. That's sort of what we're talking about there. And as to action coming towards you there, we are seeing the house and the feminine there as well. So the house really does talk about, you know, their next sort of actions are probably going to be coming from like a softer place, a more feminine energy. So we're not talking about necessarily a female as such, although with the house there, it could actually be talking about a woman's house. Like if we're talking in a physical, like a very physical sense, like it could actually be referring to like the actual house of the female within the connection. If, you know, if there's not a female, the more feminine energy is what I really kind of mean there. You know, so we are sort of focused on that actual, it does actually feel quite physical house today. So we might actually be looking at an actual place, you know, and the action being something to do with them heading towards that actual place. So if that's their place, and they're the more feminine energy, they are sort of, it does feel like their action is going to be, you know, to to make that more of a home for the both of you. Whereas if that is your particular house and you are the feminine energy within the connection, they might be showing up at your house because they are sort of wanting to bring with them that security and stability as well, but in a very soft, feminine way. So they are trying to sort of, yeah, they are really trying to get to their desires, it does seem. And with the house, it does talk about security elements and family elements as well. So they might be, really trying to bring in that sense of family, or home is where the heart is, into the connection. Like I said, in a very soft and nurturing kind of way with the feminine energy there. So really trying to nurture, stability between the connection there. So we'll grab you a oracle for the physical side there, Pisces. And then we'll look into some direct advice for you guys when it comes to this situation. So Pisces and their person, reality, please, and the physical world, please. Pisces and their person. Okay, so we do have there the Dragonling Garden. Okay, so what a beautiful little card that is, the little bat fairy with her little dragon baby. So it does say a new world is born. So yeah, that ties in with that ascending once again. So we're actually seeing some really good unity between the the 5D and the 3D levels within this connection and your person themselves. So that's actually a really good step. A lot of the time we don't actually see such a good combining, sometimes people not acting from their true heart's desires, so to speak, but we are seeing that is actually blending perfectly, and that is they do seem to be on the same page in reality as what they are in their heart space. So that is actually a really, really positive thing just by itself. But what I was sort of saying there, a new world is born with the Dragonling Garden there. That does feel like that ascending type energy where they are trying to, create a new, and that stalk also obviously trying to just create new cycles and strengths within the connection, and get you guys to a brand new area and a brand new sort of much more stable and loving sort of zone within the connection. So that actually does feel really positive. They are trying to sort of bring in some really new energy and make things better. It does feel like it's got a very uplifting sense to it as well. So it's not just new things happening, but it's also transforming things for the better. So any issues that we have had are going to be, we're going to start seeing those transforming for the better. So that's feeling really lovely actually, Pisces. So we're on a good start for you guys there, but I'll just go grab you some advice for each section. So advice for Pisces and this connection. Advice for Pisces in this connection, please. Okay, so in the heart space, we are seeing the key and the scythe. So that means that's basically a pretty straightforward message there. It's saying, opening the doors to change. So letting that change come on in. And that's your advice at the moment, is to allow these things to change. Things that may have not served you in the past within the connection, letting those sort of have those sudden breaks and get rid of those and changing it, opening the door to new success within the connection. It's kind of just letting you know to allow these changes to start happening. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward advice for you guys there, Pisces. But when it comes to the reality side of the connection, Pisces and their person, advice for Pisces, please. Real world advice for Pisces, please. Coolly dooly. So we are seeing the key for a second time. Okay, Pisces. So we definitely are going to be seeing some success soon. Okay, it is showing up in the advice for both your heart space and your real world actions. Okay, like I said, there's a really great balance with you guys at the moment with when it comes to those two combining really, really well. And we see it yet again with the same card being drawn in the same position, but for, 5D versus the 3D. So that's sort of talking that on all layers, opening that door and allowing those changes to come on through. And with the double, that's double success. Basically, the key, the main keyword for the key is success. So and unlocking those doors and unlocking those. It could even talk about with the second card there being the birds. It could also talk about unlocking conversations that are going to lead to transformative changes for you both there as well as we do. Just with all four of those coming on through there, if we do open the door and have certain conversations, it's definitely, the birds do talk a little bit about chatter, can talk about actual phone calls. I've discovered as well, rather than texting or letters. It is more sort of that phone call or FaceTime sort of a vibe. But with the changes coming on in here with the scythe, we really have an opportunity to change things for the better here, and get all that lovely success, open the door to a successful partnership there. So that's actually amazing advice for you guys there. And with the birds, I do that does have both these here, the birds and the scythe both have a very sort of swift sort of energy with them as well. As you can see with the birds, they do get a bit fluttery and excitable as well. So somebody, it feels like somebody will be getting quite excited to make these changes and to have these chats about what we can do to break away from negative things and move forward into the more positive, successful things within the connection. So that's actually a really, really good energy going on forward for you guys there. So, let me know in the comments how that goes, and if that resonates for you with your particular situation. Obviously, it is for a collective, so it may not resonate for every single person, but obviously check your person's signs. Sometimes the readings are flipped, but also, your moon or your Venus are probably going to be relatively important when it comes to love readings as well. But yeah, leave a comment, because when I do hit 100 subscribers, I will be giving away a free personal reading to someone who has commented as well. But this is where we leave each other. Thank you so much for your time today, and I'll see you again soon, Pisces.